My near $600 Maryland energy bills aren't just powering my home, they're funding someone else's free ride. And we need a state version of DOGE to sniff out this state sanctioned tax dollar scam. And I, like many of the rest of y'all, have the bills to prove it. Have you ever looked at the charges on your bills, not just the total? Stick around. I'm Doug, and this is Dying to Retire. In this episode, I'm going to dig into the wallet draining utility bill nightmare that's hitting us in the state of Maryland. While Maryland has some of the most insane energy bills, they're only getting worse, with the Maryland legislature proposing even to raise more. And I'm sure this may be happening to a lot of folks also in your neck of the woods. I'm in the Socialist Republic of Montgomery County, Maryland, and these utility costs, they're through the roof, but they're a ripoff with a capital R. Subscribe if you're fed up because I'm going to expose a lot of shit. Now, for us in Maryland, we already know about this crap, or we should. For the rest of y'all, listen in and don't let this happen to you. All right, let's tear into these Maryland energy banks. Pepco, Washington Gas, my personal financial assassins. Pepco, over $400 for just shy under 29 days, over 2,500 kilowatt hours to keep lights on, TV in the evenings, and some cooking. Washington Gas, over 160 for 30 plus days. 175 therms for hot showers and to keep from freezing. Total, almost $600 for $18 a day. But only 309 of the electric bill is for electricity. 40%, 46% actually, is for fees and taxes. Gas, $99 for the fuel, 38% for extra shit. Pepco's got a $35 Empower Maryland charge. That's way over the $6 they talk about. Gas adds around $6 or $40 monthly or $480 yearly in subcharges. Montgomery County taxes, 28 on electric, 17 on gas, 45 monthly, $550 a year. State taxes toss in another $6 to $8, right? That's over $1,000 a year, not heating or powering my house. It's hidden fees and basically a utility tax scam. Search Maryland energy bills. This is nuts. But wait, how's Empower Maryland screwing us? That's next. So Empower Maryland, what is the deal? The program started around 2008, and it was supposed to reduce energy bills through rebates for heat pumps, insulation, appliances, the works. It all sounds nice, but I swapped out my gas furnace and the AC unit in 2016, and there were no rebates from Maryland or Montgomery County. It all came out of our pocket, right? And get this, all of our appliances in the house are high efficiency, from the fridge, washer, dryer, the works. Every light in this house is an LED. We don't crank up the thermostat to 78 degrees. It's at a comfortable 68, 70 degrees. We are doing everything right, just like most of everyone in Maryland's doing everything right. And yet we're still paying almost $500 a year so others can enjoy some goodies. All right. So who's raking it in? Yep, low income homes with free fixes. But I'm not supposed to be someone else's ATM. I'm not a landlord, so I have no rental units to upgrade. And yet my bills, or money I pay for the bills, are being used to help those get new furnaces or insulation to help their tenants lower their cost, but not mine. Pepco and Washington Gas skim some for administrative costs too. Hey, you got to pay for overhead, right? Again and again and again. So I got a somewhat efficient house, high efficiency gear, LEDs, the works, right? But why am I, just like the rest of the Maryland, supposed to be funding freeloaders? Empower, Empower Maryland is a state sanctioned shakedown. There's no other way to put it out of there. And we Maryland residents are the suckers. But hold on. How are the taxes doubling our pay? Then there's the taxes. Montgomery County, or the Socialist Republic of Montgomery County, has about $600 in yearly energy tax. And they say that's for the schools and roads. The state adds another $70, $75 in the gross receipts. The same story. But didn't I pay? Didn't you already pay property taxes? Weren't they supposed to cover the schools and roads? So why am I shelling out more money for something I already paid for in my taxes? Smells a little bit like double taxation and it stinks. And here's the kicker. In 2024, retirement living ranked Maryland as the third worst state to retire. And this was due to high cost, brutal taxes, utility fees that are crushing people, especially retirees on fixed incomes. Studies over the years have shown Maryland ranks as low as 42nd out of 50 states, or even dead last, depending on a study, thanks to this affordability nightmare and all of these tax burdens. And because, like estate taxes, income taxes, things that retirees can't dodge. And this is where I wish Doge would come in, or a mini me state version of Doge would come in, because they would put a torch to this stuff. My near $600 fee fattens the Montgomery County's bloated budget. And I don't use the $500 Empower fees. Pure state sanctioned forced participation in a charity and waste. So if Mini-DOGE or whatever Doge gets out here and is done with the Fed, can we send them to Annapolis? Because this $600 fees is proof that we're propping up for people to have a free ride, but not the taxpayers. And I'm done with being the ATM. But why is there no relief for this? Why no fix? Well, Maryland could actually fix it, just like many other states, but they don't. Because they could take Pepco and have Pepco put everything together, take the cost of the electricity and the delivery charge, and that's still kind of funny, and put that together where it's about 17 cents per kilowatt hour. Done. Washington Gas, if the $100 I paid for gas, they combine it, could combine it, sorry, with the 105 delivery. And again, the delivery charges are still a little sketchy. I'm trying to ascertain them. And it could be a basic $1.17 per therm over. State of Maryland itself could cancel the Empower Maryland, that forced charitable contribution that we all have to do. But instead, they break it all out into a whole bunch of little things. And they trap us with these little charges and delivery fees and extra taxes, and then some, and then some, and then some. We don't get a break. I didn't get a break for my 2016 upgrades to the house. Didn't get an upgrade or there were no rebates when I got the high-end appliances. There's no rebates when I bought the freaking LEDs around here and the smart thermostats. And there's no dodging the Pepco and Washington Gas because the pricing in there and the extra fees put in there. Socialist Republic in Montgomery County and Maryland will all grab their slice because, hey, they still think you can tax people into prosperity. So what we're seeing in Doge, what they're working with the federal government, they're right. There's a lot of waste and abuse going on, and a lot of stuff is inefficient as hell. And it's costing us, the homeowner, a lot. You're stuck too, probably, unless you're one with a free heat pump. Utility bills are a scam nowadays. You bet they are. So nearly $600 later, over $7,000 a year to heat and power my home, and almost half of that isn't even for gas and electricity. Damn pissed, and you should be too. Maryland's energy fees, Empower Maryland, aka a state enforced charitable contribution that you and I cannot write off on our taxes. And then you add the taxes and fees and miscellaneous charges on the bills, we're getting nickeled and dimed to death. Yes, we are. And with Maryland being ranked the third worst state for retirees, this mess is clearly driving out more than just the workforce. What do your bills say? Are you in this mess too? Comment with your horror stories below. If you found this episode valuable, do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe. Also, check out my video on what Social Security should have been for us boomers and where I point out a better alternative for the younger generation. I'm Doug. This is Dying to Retire, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. And we go start writing some checks. Oh, by the way, don't forget to turn off the lights.